So oh, hi, babe. No, sorry, it's still not yours. It's still mine. Hello, hello, hello. I am so excited to have this little casual chit chat with you. It is a Sunday for me. I'm feeling very nice and loungy. I've even got a little special friend here with me to help tell you a little story time. This is a little stuffed bear. He's so soft. He has a cute little t-shirt on and a little sunflower bow around his neck. And today I want to be telling you about the hidden disability sunflower, which is something that I recently learned about. I actually learned about it from all of you, and I always say, I feel like I learn as much from you guys as I hope you learn from me. So I am by no means an expert in this. It is a new world to me, but if it's new to me, I know that there's probably tons of you that also don't know about it and who would benefit from knowing about it, whether it's because you or a loved one live with a hidden disability or because you just interact with the public regularly, which is probably most of us, and it's just good to know about. So as you guys know, I flew to London, England recently in October for work, and I flew out of YVR Airport, which is the Vancouver airport. I fly out of that airport quite often, and I was checking into the accessibility desk, so it's the disability help desk for Air Canada because I was flying with Air Canada. And when the man was checking me in, he was like, "Would you like this lanyard?" Now he told me, I am using his exactly how he told it to my mom and I. He said that at YVR Airport, they use this sunflower lanyard to symbolize blindness and visual impairment, so that all of the staff at the airport know that I'm blind or visually impaired and might need some extra help without me having to advocate for it and ask for it. They'll see it around my neck and they'll just know, which I immediately was so excited. I was like, what a huge help that would be, because there's so many uses for service dogs nowadays, and we all know in the service dog community that there's nowhere with more rampant fake service dogs than the airport. So I feel like out of any place, the airport is where service dogs have truly lost all of their meaning. Like, people by no means ever look at me at airports and are like, she's probably blind. And it's really hard, especially going through security, because it's such a hustly, bustly, busy environment, and they'll often point or things like that, and it's very, very overwhelming for me. It gives me a lot of anxiety. I've had a lot of negative experiences going through TSA, and so I was like, wow, this is so amazing. And I made a quick little TikTok, Instagram reel about it and posted it. And when I shared it, a bunch of people were like, actually, that's not what that's for. And I was like, good to know. Maybe somebody at YVR needs to be educated. So I don't know if that's actually how YVR uses it. Like, the Vancouver airport only uses it for blindness, and that's like an internal choice that they made, which would be weird because I don't think they have the right to make that choice since it's like a real organization thing. Or if that one staff member was either A, misinformed, or B, misinformed us. Like, I'm not sure where the breakdown of communication happened, but thankfully, all of you shared with me that the hidden disability sunflower, or the sunflower lanyard, is associated with something called the Hidden Disability Sunflower Program. And then Holly, who is somebody who works with the US and Canadian division, reached out and offered to educate me and share some more of their products and story with me. And I was so happy to be educated, because not only do I feel more informed, but I can help inform all of you. So basically in 2016, the Hidden Disability Sunflower Program started at Gatwick Airport in the UK and has since expanded to many different airports and many different countries around the world. And I am so excited to hear about that, and I hope it only becomes something that's bigger, more widespread, more well known about. And now they have all sorts of different official hidden disability sunflower products, like these bracelets that I have on my wrists, different lanyards. They have things like this, which is a strap that can go around your suitcase. They have, of course, where's my cute little stuffy friend? Here he is. Elton keeps trying to steal this. I'm like, Elton John, you do not have a hidden disability. It's mine. So this little stuffy, they have also something super cool, custom cards that you can get to put in the lanyards. So on the lanyards, you can either just wear the lanyard and that's simple enough, but you can also get these little sleeves and get these custom made cards that have your image. I'll put some B-roll of mine up close so you can see it better, but you get your image printed onto it, and then you can select your disability and your needs. So in my case, I selected visual impairment. They didn't have blind, but I selected visual impairment. They have hearing impairment, they have brain function, they have mental health, they have all sorts of different ones. I'll put some of it B-roll from their website on the screen here to show you some of the options, and I'll also link more information down in the description box below if you'd like to learn more or figure out where to purchase these products. But yeah, that way it can indicate to people what specifically your disability is if you feel comfortable disclosing it and what your needs might be. But also, if you don't, like I said, you can just wear the lanyard or the bracelet or something like that, which is simple enough to just say, hey, I have some form of a hidden disability. I might not want to disclose it, but I want people to at least be aware that I might need extra assistance, whether that's a place to sit, extra time, pre-boarding in situations like being at the airport, because we all know that pre-boarding is an option, but a lot of people feel uncomfortable using that option when they have an invisible disability. And the reality is that 80% of disabilities are invisible. So despite the fact that there's over 1 billion people in the world who identify as having a disability, 80% of those are invisible. And while you might think that blindness isn't, I would absolutely argue that blindness at large is an invisible disability. And not only do I often feel like I live with an invisible disability, because 9 times out of 10 people interacting with me genuinely have no idea that I am blind. You guys have heard me talk about it so many times.
Are you training that dog?
I am not training that dog. Well, I am, you know. We all know as service dog users, you're like a constant trainer, but obviously he is my dog because I am disabled. And that's something that not a lot of people put those dots together. And the reality is that less than 10% of blind people use a mobility aid that symbolizes to the public that they are blind, aka a guide dog or a cane. Less than 10%. And if I myself, who does use a guide dog, feels that people still don't recognize that I'm blind, I can only imagine those in my community who are blind and don't use a mobility aid, how challenging it must be for them and how much more they have to constantly advocate for themselves. And I can tell you, as somebody who is so used to having to constantly advocate for myself, what a relief it is when I don't. And you guys know I recently went to Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving with my boyfriend, and I left Elton here with my parents and I used my cane, and he was like, wow, it's incredible how much more people recognize you as a blind person when you have your cane. And it's true. And that is the one way in which I do like having a cane when I do use it, is it's like, wow, I don't have to constantly tell people. They just know. They know what help to offer. They know what help I might need. They know what to expect me to be able to do, or that I might perhaps not be aware of. They know to vocalize to me more. For example, they'll either get out of my way when I'm walking by, or they will vocalize like, hey, I'm passing on your left. Well, not all blind people might like that. I do. I find it helpful. And that doesn't happen when I have my guide dog. And I know that for those who are blind or visually impaired and don't use any mobility aid, I'm sure those are things that never happen for them. So I'm really grateful that while the Hidden Disability Sunflower maybe didn't start by thinking of including people who are blind or visually impaired, that they do now, and that this is a card that they offer. And if you are blind or visually impaired and you haven't felt like you could participate in the Hidden Disability Sunflower movement, I want to tell you that you can. And I know that when I did post that, there was like a few people who told me that I actually didn't have the right to use this Hidden Disability Sunflower because I don't have a hidden disability. And I think gatekeeping what is or isn't a disability, or what is or isn't a hidden disability, is only doing a disservice to our own community. And the more people who wear the Disability Sunflower, it doesn't take away from other people who wear it and use it because they need it. And I hear all the time from people who are saying to me, I don't feel like I'm disabled enough to use the word disability, even though I am disabled. And I just want you to know that if you are disabled, like if you feel disabled by your disability or chronic illness, then you're allowed to use that word. You don't have to have the most severe or extreme version of disability to be disabled. And while yes, blindness is considered a physical disability, in many cases, as I explained, it also is a hidden disability. So you can use this, and hey, if they themselves have officially added us, then you officially have their permission. I do also want to mention that you can't just assume if you see any form of a sunflower that that person has a hidden disability. They might just like sunflowers. And I do encourage you that if you want to partake in the Hidden Disability Sunflower movement, because it's something that you would benefit from, to purchase the actual licensed products from official sources, because using products that are not official takes away from the movement. So I would encourage that. Anyways, I know this was a short little video, at least in my channel's standards, but that's really all I have to say. I just wanted to share my experience with it and raise awareness for others who might benefit. I think this is such a great movement and I hope it continues. We need to raise more awareness for hidden disabilities. And also I can tell you, it is such a relief when people are aware and know to give you support that you might benefit from, because sometimes we as disabled people aren't even aware of what accommodations might exist in certain facilities. And so having something that tells the world, hey, can you maybe offer me some of those things that I might not know exist, is kind of nice. I think this is really awesome. So again, there'll be lots of information linked in the description box below. And thank you to all of you who educated me about it. It is definitely something that I will be utilizing, especially when traveling at major airports. And let me know what you guys think about this. Is this something that you know about? Is this something that you might be partaking in or feel you would benefit from? Let's have a little conversation down below. And again, there's no gatekeeping disability and accommodations here on this channel. We're all welcome. Okay, this is super random, but I was just reviewing this video and it made me think of this and I've been wanting to share it with you guys, so now seems like the right time. So I recently got an image of my eye taken by this company called, it's quite literally not about you, Elton John. He just wants to get in on everything. If he sees the camera come out and I start talking to it, he's like, oh, me. There's this company called Cosmic Eye, and I found them at the Melrose Trading Post. And they take like up close images of your pupil and make like artwork and jewelry and keychains out of it, which is so cool. And so I got it because I was like, nobody ever knows what color my eyes are. People say green, gray, or blue. Depends on the day, depends on the person you ask. So I was like, this will be definitive. I'll know what color my eyes are. So I got it done and the girl was like, oh, I know why nobody ever knows what color your eyes are, because you have central heterochromia. So normal heterochromia is where one eye is one color and the other eye is another color, like one eye blue, one eye brown. Central heterochromia is where the colors go in rings. So it's basically like the pigment isn't evenly distributed in your eye. So my outer ring is dark gray, my middle ring is blue, and my center ring around my pupil is a yellow color, which is like the hallmark apparently of central heterochromia from what I read online, is that right around the pupil is that yellow color. And so basically, like if the outer rim is more apparent, my eyes look more gray. If the blue and yellow mix, they look more green. You get it. But I got this piece of art to hang on my wall of my eye, so you can see this is like my actual eye. You can see that orange or yellow color around the center. And the reason I'm telling you this is because when I got this done, my mom was trying to describe what my eye looked like, and she said that the center looks like a sunflower. That's how she described it to me, so I could try to visualize it. And so ever since, I joke that they're my sunflower eyes. And I think that that's so cool, especially given that the sunflower is a symbol for hidden disabilities, and my disability is my eye, and they're sunflowers. Okay, that's it. Just wanted to share because I thought it was kind of cool. You can click over here to watch my video of what's on my Christmas wish list if you want to get in the festive spirit, or you can click over here to watch what I'm giving for Christmas. Both of those videos do have giveaways. I have 2 giveaways happening. One is going to be ending today at the end of the day, and the other is going to be ending in a few days. So make sure, oh, hi, babe. No, sorry, it's still not yours. It's still mine. There's no squeaker in it. Those giveaways will be ending today and the other one in a few days. So go to those videos right now to check out how to enter the giveaways before they're over. And I will see you in my video on Tuesday. Bye.